We begin here. A memorial service has been held in Soweto for 14-year-old Likhona Fose, whose mutilated body was found not far from her home in Durban, Roodepoort. Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana attended the service and joins us now live. Zola, a very good afternoon to you. Quite an emotional service from what we saw a little earlier.
Yes, indeed, Vuyo. You would understand that Likhona's death has touched the entire community. In fact, South Africa, to be quite specific, because following the discovery of her body not far from her home, made the community then demand answers from authorities, where questions such as how long will it take for the relevant officials to come to the party and put an end to these gender-based violence crimes that we have been experiencing in the country. You would understand that one of the learners that actually paid tribute earlier on, was quite teary when she was asking a question of, first it was Kwekwe and then it was Olorato. Now we are here. How loud must women cry so that this, message gets to the right ears? And that's really what we picked up from this memorial service. It wasn't a celebration of life, Vuyo. One wouldn't expect, a memorial service of a teenager to be a celebration of life, because this person, the family had hoped to see her amount to something. In fact, her former class teacher mentioned that at some point, she was hoping to have Likhona come back to her and say, I've completed high school and this is what I want to study in university. And unfortunately, that will not become a reality as her journey has been cut short. But questions that have been asked by many people, the family, was that what's going to happen moving forward? But let's have a listen to the MMC of Public Safety in the city of Johannesburg, as he was assuring the family that they are working on something.
There's a child Likhona who was cut, dismembered. What are we doing about that? That's what I sent. I'm gonna come here and I must make a commitment. Within the next 7 days, there must be an operation. There's someone there's an information a call. So this is now a call to my leadership, to the JMPD. The leadership is here. PD, acting DD is here. So we need to ensure that the tactical unit is here. And we must go and find the person who killed Likhona.
That is MMC for Public Safety in the city of Johannesburg, Dr. Mgcini Chwaku, assuring the community of Bramfisher and also Durban Deep that law enforcement, or rather his Department of Public Safety, is working very hard to make sure that the alleged perpetrators are brought to book, because more than anything else, that's what the family wants to hear from this point. Vuyo, we heard the uncle who couldn't even speak for long or complete a sentence, and that's because of how heavy this situation has been for the family. He was one of the first people to arrive on the scene where Likhona's body was discovered, and when he described the manner in which her body was, one cannot help but really think, what's going to happen? Is there any action that's going to be taken to make sure that such crimes are put to an end and these perpetrators are actually brought forward? We do know that the family is planning on arranging a funeral, and Likhona will be laid to rest in the Eastern Cape on next week, Sunday. So those are the details that we have so far, Vuyo. And the community says they want to continue holding night vigils and prayers for such occurrences here, because it is alleged that there's been a number of these, some of them even go unreported, reported of these kind of cases, and they are allegedly linked to muti killings. But of course, those are not confirmed. This is what we are hearing, from the community on the ground, and also MEC Gcini Chwago also touched on that, saying that that's also what they heard from the lead that they got. Conversations will have to be held, Vuyo, moving forward around these, murders. What could possibly lead to someone doing that? And of course, that's where they then mentioned, the mayor of the city of Johannesburg did mention that they will bring in traditional healers to be part of these conversations, so that people do understand that, someone's body parts could never make you rich at any point. So that's all we have for you here in Bramfisher, and that's the end of the memorial service of the late Likhona. Back to you in studio.
Zola Sholwana giving us that update. Hopefully, those leads will indeed lead to the culprits being being found, and of course being prosecuted successfully, one must add.